It's time for another folding e-bike review. This is the Troxus Lynx Step Thru folding electric bike. It folds, it hauls, and is relatively light for an e-bike. In this video, we'll go over the features, the specs, take it for a ride, and find out if we like it. Now, I primarily make videos with cars on this channel, but I've become a big fan of e-bikes because they can be a fun and useful alternative to a car in many situations. Having that electric assist has opened up the world of bikes to a lot of people. And one of my favorite type of e-bikes are step-through folding bikes, which is what we have here. It's got a low frame, so it's really easy to step over and get onto the bike. And smaller diameter tires, which means a lower center of gravity. And because it folds, it can offer convenience in many situations. Easy to throw in the back of a car or store by your desk at work. And the smaller size means you might be more likely to incorporate it into your daily life. All right, so let's do a quick walk around of this Troxus Lynx and check out all the features and specs. So as I mentioned, this is a step-through design, so it's going to be really easy to get on the bike. The design is really simple, but it's clean. It looks really nice. And I really like this deep blue color. And the battery cover has sort of a glossy black, which looks really fancy. Now I'm 6'3" and I have the seat pretty much all the way up and I fit on here pretty decently. Though if you're any taller than me, this bike might feel a little bit small. I'd say if you're between like 5 feet and 6'3", I think you'll be fine on this bike. So in the back, we have a 500-watt hub motor. Now it doesn't say on their website whether or not 500 watts is nominal or peak power. I emailed them and they said 500 watts is nominal power, but they do not publish the peak power. This is a 48-volt system. It's got 65 Newton meters of torque, so we'll put that to the test when we ride it. So we've got a 480-watt-hour battery here, which is on the smaller side for an e-bike, but maybe not that small for a folding electric bike. It's located right here in the frame, can be easily removed. It's also secured with a key. Now, Troxus says that the estimated range here is 45 miles, and oftentimes electric bike companies are very optimistic with the range claims, and a lot of times that's based on having to pedal quite a bit. So we'll take a close look at that when we ride it. Now, this is a Class 2 bike, which means a top speed of 20 miles per hour. I asked Troxus about unlocking the bike to Class 3 speeds of 28 miles per hour. They said it's possible, but that they don't recommend it, and they didn't tell me how to do it. So I guess it's like, sure, you can try it, but don't say we didn't warn you type of thing. Now, here's something that I really appreciate. This e-bike only weighs 62 pounds. Now, if you're comparing this to a regular bike, that might seem a bit heavy, but compared to an electric bike, this is actually pretty light. It's one of the lightest e-bikes that I've tested so far. It includes a rear rack, and that can hold 55 pounds, which is decent, and the total payload for the bike is rated at 300 pounds. We've got a Shimano 8-speed setup here, and there's 5 different levels of pedal assist, which we'll check out when we ride it. Now, some electric bikes come with a torque sensor which detects how hard you're pedaling, and that tells the motor how much power to put down. Now, this one has a cadence sensor for the motor, which a lot of cheaper e-bikes have, which may feel a bit more like an on-off switch when you're riding, so we'll check that out. There's a thumb throttle on the left side. The brakes are hydraulic, which is really nice. They're Tektro brand with 180mm rotors on the front and 160 on the rear. There's suspension on the front, and it has some adjustability. The handlebars have a bit of adjustment as well, and there's a mostly straight across design for the handlebars. There's a color display off to the side, and it's relatively small, which I actually appreciate because you don't want that thing getting damaged when you're folding this thing and carting it around. It's got a relatively flat seat design. What's cool though is that there's a handle built into the back of it. So we've got 20x3 Chow-Yang tires with a street-oriented tread pattern, and they're riding on spoke wheels. We have a decent headlight and taillight. There's no brake light, but the taillight does flash when you're on the brakes. There's no bell or horn here. Now, in terms of assembly, this was shipped to me in a large box, and the bike is relatively light, so it was pretty easy to remove out of the box, and it only took about a half an hour to assemble. Though the derailleur did get bent in transit, and that might likely be to the fact that there is no derailleur guard here. Good news is I was able to repair it, but like any bike that you buy online that gets shipped to you, make sure you look over all the parts carefully before you ride. Or if you don't want to deal with assembly at all, Troxus does have some dealers where you can buy your bike and have them assemble it for you. So many e-bikes sold online only come with a 2-year warranty, and this one actually has a 5-year warranty. Now, one of the main reasons why you might be considering a bike like this is because it folds, so let's check that out right now. So the first thing I like to do is lower the seat, turn it around, then move on to the handlebars. Pretty easy to just lift this up, and then that folds off to the side. Fold up the kickstand. Now you can fold the bike in half. You kind of have to get the pedals oriented in the correct spot in order for this to fold properly. And then once you get right to about this location, there's a nice little built-in magnet that holds the two sides together, which I'd like to see on all folding bikes. And it is a little bit clumsy and awkward to try to lift this thing, but the fact that it stays together and doesn't flop around with that magnet is pretty nice. And this is a bit on the lighter side, like I mentioned, so it's not too terribly difficult to lift. But when you're lifting it, Just be sure to have the chain side facing away from you so you don't get chain grease all over your pants. And then putting it back together and then unfolding it, reverse the process. Lash it back together, handlebars up, flip the seat around. It's actually pretty easy. Hey Georgia, how's it going? What's going on? Wanna go for a ride on this bike? I think you can fit right up here, right? Can you fit up here? Now, if you want to buy this bike, I have a special link you can use to purchase this, but don't do that just yet. Let's first take this bike for a ride and see how it does. All right, so here we are on the Troxus Lynx folding electric bike. Now, as I mentioned, this has a 500-watt hub motor. They don't mention the peak power anywhere, so I don't really know how crazy fast you can get this thing going. But I am on a hill here, so I figured, why don't I start out with a hill test? This is a pretty steep hill. Let's see how we do. I'm gonna crank it all the way up to 5 and throttle only, see how we do up this hill. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I got a decent start off the line. All right, we're going 14 miles per hour up this hill. It's not bad. It's taking its time, but we are able to get up to 18, 19 miles per hour. I don't think it's gonna go a full 20 up this steep hill, but that's not bad at all. Give it a little bit of help with my pedals because, you know, I should get a little bit of exercise, right? Now we're gonna be going down a pretty steep hill right around this corner, so I think this is a pretty good time to test out these brakes. Let's get it up to 20 miles per hour. Actually, we're going 23 down this hill. All right, 3, 2, 1, slam on the brakes. Actually, those brakes are really good. Considering there's only a 160mm rotor out back, I guess because this bike is relatively lightweight, it stopped pretty quick. Yeah, you can lock those brakes up like you can with any bike, but I'm pretty happy with the brake setup on this bike. All right, there's a lot of hills around here. Let's go on this relatively flat road right here and test out pedal assist level 1. Yeah, 1 doesn't do a whole lot, but you know, if you want to get a little bit of exercise, that's available to you. And then it really does start to get going with level 5. Hey, look. Slow down, we got some deer over here. Oh, there's a little baby deer. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind with this bike, like a lot of less expensive e-bikes, it has a cadence sensor for the pedal assist. It only detects when you're pedaling, not how hard you're pedaling. So let's just say you're coasting and then you start pedaling. Maybe takes a half a second to a second for the motor to start kicking in. And when you stop pedaling, it takes about a half a second for the motor to turn off. Now that's very typical for a bike with a cadence sensor. It can be a little bit weird the first time you ride a bike with a cadence sensor, but you do start to get used to it after a while. Now the alternative would be a bike with a torque sensor, and those are generally a little bit more expensive, but those can often give you a bit more of a natural pedaling feel. So as I mentioned, the top speed of this bike is 20 miles per hour. This is technically a class 2 e-bike. And depending on what you want to get out of your e-bike, 20 miles per hour can be fast enough for you. I tend to prefer those bikes that go 28, those class 3 bikes, because I just kind of like to get where I'm going pretty quickly. But if you just want to enjoy the scenery a bit more, 20 miles per hour is plenty fast for a lot of people. Though I do find it a little bit funny that Troxus says that it can be unlocked to go 28, but they don't recommend it. So I guess if you do a little bit of searching online, you might be able to figure out how to do that. Now, in terms of stability, it's really good. I like the fact that this has 20-inch wheels. It's got a very low center of gravity. And I really like the fact that this is a pretty small bike. It makes it pretty nimble, pretty easy to get around, especially if you're in a city. Definitely not in a city right now. Much different vibe than my usual videos where I'm stuck in traffic in Los Angeles. So we should probably talk about comfort. Let's start with the thing that I don't really like. Not a huge fan of this seat. And seats are obviously a very personal thing. You might love this one. I feel like it's a little bit too hard, a little bit too flat, but it's easy enough to swap a seat out. Although I do like the fact that it has a handle on it. It makes it a lot easier to carry when you're moving this bike around. I do really like these grips. They are very grippy and very comfortable. I really like the straight across handlebar design. Gives you a very upright riding position. I much prefer that over the sort of hunched over riding position that you get on a lot of bikes. Now, in terms of throttle, it is a thumb throttle on the left-hand side. I generally prefer the throttle on the right, but I do appreciate the fact that it's a thumb throttle. It's a little bit easier on my wrist than a twist throttle. Now, when it comes to the riding position of a somewhat compact folding bike versus like a cruiser or a city bike or a mountain bike, the pedal position is a bit different. A lot of times they do have to make some compromises to where they can place the pedals in the design in order to allow the bike to fold. So I will say that the pedaling position isn't as efficient as some other bikes. Now, in terms of suspension, you do have to remember that there's only suspension in the front, none in the rear. And these aren't those huge fat tires, so you can get a bit of a jolt if you hit a big bump like that one. But if you just keep a close eye on the road in front of you, try to avoid all those huge potholes, you should be fine. Okay, I'll admit that's kind of pretty.
take this off-roading a little bit, see how these tires do on some dirt. Nah, not a lot of grip on the dirt. It'll work in a pinch, on a campground road, something like that. But yeah, they're sliding around a lot. Before we make our way home, let's see how we're doing on range here. It's got 47%. We've gone about 11 miles so far, and a lot of that was pedaling. But there have been a fair amount of hills here. So I'd say maybe the range of this bike is like 15 to 20 miles if you're full throttle all the time. But yeah, I do really dig a lot of things about this bike. I like the fact that it's lightweight. I like the fact that it's got a rack on the back so you can put stuff on it without having to spend extra money for a rack. I like the fact that the tires are a bit more narrow compared to a really true fat tire bike, which reduces the rolling resistance a little bit. Yeah, overall, it's a pretty good bike.
All right, so how much does this folding e-bike cost? The Troxus Lynx folding e-bike comes in at $14.99. I do really like this bike, but that's a bit on the high side when compared to other bikes with similar specs. But like most e-bikes sold online, you can often find deals on these. All right, so what's the verdict? I really like that this is relatively lightweight. I've used it a lot more than my other bikes lately, mainly because of that. Just hop on and go. Throw it in my car, bring it camping. It's just a very convenient form factor. And I like the fact that it has a built-in rack. This is a must-have for me. It's not the fastest bike, but it certainly has proven to be very useful for me around town. The only con that I can think of is that it's a bit more expensive than some of its competition. So what do you think of this folding electric bike? Let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in buying this e-bike, be sure to use my link in the description below. It will help support the channel. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon. If you want to help support the channel, please buy a Hella Road t-shirt at hellaroad.tv/shop. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.